Hello, good morning. Here I am from McLeod Ganj, which is home to the Dalai Lama. And we just got here yesterday, came down from Nadi, which is just up the hill. And already quite a big change. I mean, this is a city, so there's quite a lot of foot traffic. Plus, the Dalai Lama is teaching here for the next, 3 or 4 days. And so there's a lot of traffic of folks that are going to his classes, and it's because of that traffic, I think, that I came to just a realization, which I knew, but I guess it was good to see. And as always, I'm battling ego constantly. And like the other day, I heard this girl. She was telling a story, not to me, to some friends, on the porch next to where we're staying in Nadi, about how the Dalai Lama was on her plane, and sat like 2 rows away from him, and probably touched his robe, and wasn't she so close? And they were all like, "Oh, that's so amazing!" And immediately, my mind went to, well, I'm going to meet him and give him a hug and get a blessing and take a picture with him. And so, aren't I better? Obviously, I did not say anything, or not obviously, but luckily I didn't say anything. That would have been just the ego acting out rather than just the thought. But it's interesting to me how quickly my mind just goes there to, I don't know if it's to make me feel better, to put the other person down, make them feel, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to get at the cause, and hopefully I'll get there. But so the realization that I came to was when I was sitting on the porch of our new abode, looking down at the street traffic. There's a lot of monks walking around, and it was funny because like some monks, they see other monks and they're, they give the bow, not bow, but like the greeting and the hand up. And then there's other monks who just don't care, just walk right by. Maybe they do care, I don't know, but they don't make any sort of gesture or anything like that. And so then I thought to myself, I was like, oh wow, I wonder if there's some monks who are like, well, I don't need to greet you because I'm a better monk than you, because I meditate more, I pray more, I know more Dharma, I know the Dalai Lama, whatever it may be. My sect of, my monastery is better than your mind, whatever it could be. I imagine that they battle the ego just as much as anybody else. They probably just have maybe a little bit more practice at it than people who haven't given up everything for a spiritual life. But that's just it, is that the first noble truth, life is suffering, and it's for everybody, and it's for everybody. It's a struggle to deal with the ego, and it's just, if it helped to break down that barrier between, a spiritual person versus just me, a regular person, who's, a family man, who's, right now I'm unemployed and homeless, but eventually I'm going to go back and get some sort of profession, job, hopefully not just for money, but, there is the, the reality of, I will need money to pay bills. But just so that different, just because I'm not somebody who can give it all up and focus strictly on my spirituality, doesn't mean that we're not facing the same problems. I guess that's the long and short of it. And as long as I can go out every day and try to keep a smile on my face, and greet people, whoever they may be. 30, poor, crippled, rich, I don't care who it is. I try to smile and say hello. And if I can do that, and that actually also brings me to a meditation practice of equanimity, which I find to just be great. It was actually my teacher gave it to us the last time I saw him, which was you imagine somebody that you love, and you imagine that they're suffering, and you really from deep down inside try to take away their suffering and what that would do to them, and then you feel that joy of them not suffering anymore. And then you do the same practice to a stranger. Imagine a stranger suffering, take away their suffering, how would they feel, the joy that would bring. And then do that to someone that was an enemy or a hated person or someone that you're really, difficult with. And in the end, you realize that the only difference between those three people is the distinction that your mind makes of them. They're all people, they're all suffering. So that was kind of my seeing that and thinking that, because it's funny, you don't see a bunch of monks walking around every day back home, or I didn't, but you see it a lot here. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye.